yes, I'm paying attention to the road. It's raining out here. I'm just driving back from Lake Tapps, Auburn area. And I had a thought on my mind. Yeah, my daughter did my hair. Can't really see the full picture of it, but it's beautiful. But, I just was thinking about something. I watched this show. It's called Too Strong. And it's basically like a Christian show. It's two guys, two black guys. One guy is from the Caribbean. And I think Trinidad. And the other guy, just black guy. And they're Christian. And it's, that's, neither here nor there. But their show is like based on Christian beliefs. And how they talk about certain celebrities. Like they'll pull up a celebrity and they'll, it's normally celebrities that they think are like worshiping the devil or something like that, or just going down a bad path, and they say, well, we've done research and we've found out that this person, that person. So you talk about the person, which isn't very Christian like. And they play a lot of judge and jury, which I also think isn't Christian-like, but Christians tend to do. Now, this is the problem that I have with these two guys. I watched their show, and after this, and I post this on YouTube, and they happen to come across my channel, which I doubt, and they see it, then they probably will block me. No. But I've said comments to them before, and, they never said anything, so I don't know. Whatever. But normally if you go on their show or you call in and you say something against them, then they read you the riot act and this and that and the other. Even though they say call in, we want to hear your opinion. If your opinion doesn't coincide with their opinion, then they really don't want to hear it. Because they wind up fussing you out, not cursing you out, because they don't curse per se, but they just fuss at you because you're not going along with their agenda. So they kind of have like a very low opinion of women, I feel, which I don't like. I don't think that's right. They're both married. I think one got married a second time or something, and they have children. One even has a daughter. I think the other two just has two sons. But, for them to have, at least one of them, to have a daughter, and, and he brought her on the show. She's a cute little girl. She was commenting about some things. For them to have daughters, or for at least him to have a daughter, I know the one does for sure. For sure. He doesn't speak very highly of women. Makes it seem like women have lower intelligence than men. And also that the man is the head of you, not just the head of the household. Man ain't the head of the household. The woman can be in control of the house and the head of the house, but the man is the head of you the woman. Just that kind of stuff. And it's like, really? Like, come on. Like, what year are we living in again? Like, what is this century? No. I'm like, really? Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, they talked about Beyonce. Now, I'm not a part of the Beehive community. I don't know Beyonce personally. Never hung out with her, broke bread with her, anything like that, or even went to any of her shows. I like a lot of her music. I don't know her as a person to say I like her or I don't dislike her. I don't know her personally. So, but I do know that I like a lot of her music. I haven't heard all of her music, but I do like a lot of it. With that being said, I, didn't appreciate what they were saying about her, because it's like, what it was is, this is what it was. Tasha Cobbs, she's a Christian singer. I haven't heard any of her music, but she's a black woman Christian singer. And I guess she's pretty popular. And she went and she prayed for Beyonce. She wrote something. She wrote something, and she also said, and I'm going to pray for Beyonce. She said it must be very hard to be a woman of that stature stature and to uphold certain, hold yourself, in certain regards. And she just wrote something very nice about Beyonce, and then she said she was going to pray for Beyonce. Now, a lot of people feel as though that Beyonce is part of the Illuminati and she's satanic and this and that and the other because of a couple of videos that she made and the way she was looking in those videos, and because of a poem or something that she wrote where she said she took pages from the Bible and stuffed them up inside of her to stop her menses, which is her period. Like she was on her period, she took ripped pages out of the Bible and stuffed them up in there. I don't know all the symbolic stuff or all the, the hand sign that her and Jay-Z do and other people do, and they say it's part of the Illuminati and all that. I don't feed into all that. I don't know, if it is or it isn't. And I really don't care. But what I feel is wrong is that they, whether she is, worships Satan or whatever, that's her business. I don't even believe in Satan, so, that's just my take on it. I don't do all that Christian stuff. But, they were saying that she, Tasha Cobbs, shouldn't have prayed for her, because she's not Christian, and some people, you just shouldn't pray for, and some people can't be saved, and blah, 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 and this and that and the other. Saying that about Beyonce, like saying she's too far gone, she can't be saved. And I always heard, being a Christian, Seventh-day Adventist Christian, and even Baptist, that you pray, for the quote-unquote sinner, and, that God can save them, this, that, and the third. And Tasha, prayed for Beyonce. And they're coming down on her, saying that she shouldn't have done it, and it was foolish for her to do, and basically, like, who does she think she is, and like that type of thing, like really kicking her back in. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, being a Christian, you're supposed to pray for others, that are less fortunate than you, or that you feel that are lost, quote unquote, lost out there in the world, and not following God, and you see me doing a lot of air quotes because I don't feel this way personally. I know the Christian mantra because I used to be a Christian for many years. So I know what they say, but I'm doing the air quotes because I don't believe the stuff that they say. I also don't believe that they follow what they say, and I believe that they're very hypocritical with what they say and the way they act and the things that they do. And it's just not right. Now, Beyonce is an entertainer, okay? She does wear the, when they go like this, for the triangle, that's like the thing at the bottom of the dollar, like the all-seeing eye, and it's in the pyramid. That triangle that I just did, was for the pyramid. That's what they do, her and Jay-Z and others. I think maybe even Rihanna have done it. That's supposed to be that. And they put it up by their eye and go like that. So that's supposed to be for that. And they say that's Illuminati. I don't know. I guess it is. I really don't know a lot about the Illuminati. I looked into it a little bit and I got disinterested, so I'll just let it go. But regardless of if it is or if it isn't, because if you worship money or you have a lot of money or whatever, it seems like you're part of the Illuminati. Well, I tell you this much: I don't love money, but I know that I need money and I like to make money. So if that makes me a part of the Illuminati, I guess I am. I don't know. But it's like, come on. But anyway, I just felt that was very wrong, for them to do, and not the right way for them to act. That was not right. And I think they owe Tasha Cobbs an apology. And I think that they also owe Beyonce an apology. Now, Beyonce, like I was about to say, is an entertainer. She wears a lot of, costumes. And the one costume she had was she had these, I think it's when she was doing the whole Africa thing. She had the horns. They looked kind of like antelope horns, but, one going this way and one going that way. She had horns in her head. It was like the costume and everything like that. And, a certain picture that she was posing in. Now, I guess they're trying to equate that to Baphomet, but they sound very foolish in doing that, because Baphomet, first of all, Baphomet is a goat, looks like a goat. Have him looking like a goat. Goat's horns aren't like those antelope horns like they saw. Because the horns that they were talking about, they were joined together. They were bent out like this, but they were joined together. Baphomet's horns aren't like that. He has goat horns, one separate this way and one separate that way. So they need to get their thing straight. It's like a lot of people, listen to them, and like I said, I was watching some of their stuff, because some of their stuff, it's like, okay, and they're not saying that they're 100% factual, but they're not saying that they are, but they're not saying that they're not either. And the problem is you have a lot of weak-minded people, a lot of sheeple, and they hear certain things and they go along with it, and then they wind up looking like idiots because it's not true, and this, that, and the third, but because they listen to someone else that sounds like they know what they're talking about and is very convincing, or sounds very convincing, and they go along with that person, and but yeah, I just wish that they would make sure that they always say that it's their opinion. And if you want people to call in, and you're inviting them to call in, when they call in, whether they agree with you or disagree with you, you still should give them the respect that they deserve. Marlon comes very down, comes down hard on the people. He's like blessing them out and everything like that, because they might disagree with what he's saying or whatever, and they're not being disrespectful. They're just saying, oh, well, I don't believe that, or I don't feel that way, and this and that. So they're doing what you ask them to do. If they have something to say, call in, and they also say, well, it doesn't matter if you agree with us or not, just call in. We like to have the conversation and blah, blah, blah. So when you do that and you call in and you say something and you're not disrespectful, but because it doesn't go along with what they say, then they're, oh, well, this, that, and the other, and how dare you, and how this, and how that. And they start going like ape shit, basically. And it's like, really? And you're supposed to be a Christian and you acting like this? And I didn't even curse you or do anything that, was bad to you. I just had a difference of opinion, but you come at me like this. Doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm kind of have a side eye when it comes to Too Strong, and looking at them like, are you guys really Christians like you claim? Or, what's up? Because your attitude doesn't, make it seem like you are. You're very judgmental. You're judging people without knowing all the facts. And when somebody says that to them, they're like, oh, well, you're judging us, this and that. Well, you know what? I'm not a Christian, so I can judge all I want. You're very judgmental without knowing all the facts. You're very hypocritical. You tell the people to call. You want them to call so you can talk and this and that and the other. And when they do, you come down on them like a hammer. It's really ridiculous and ignorant and rude, to say the least. And you are very misogynistic, because you think that women are the lower life form, basically. Is what you said in so many words. So I'm just going to say I subscribe to them because I was watching their shows, but because they feel this way, I'm not going to. I'm going to unsubscribe from them, not watching their show anymore. Feel free to watch it, if you can stomach their attitudes and the way that they are, but I cannot anymore. So goodbye to Too Strong. But, I just, Beyonce, whether she does worship or not worship, this so-called devil, I don't really care. It's not affecting me any. It really is not. Like I said, I like a lot of her songs. I'm gonna continue to listen to them. Um, you know, I personally don't have a problem with her. They also came at Rihanna and was trying to go at Rihanna too. They came at Eminem. They came at a lot of, celebrities and stars and this and that and the other. But I noticed that they also go really hard on black women. And that makes me feel some type of way. I don't know if either one of their wives are black or if they're half black or whatever they are, but they just really come down hard on black women. And, it's like, oh, well, black women are making the men, because they're raising the boys and they're making them be a certain way and this and that and the other. Well, let me tell you something. We wouldn't have to be raising these boys by ourselves if the men were there being the fathers that they need to be and helping us raise the kids instead of getting us pregnant, knocking us up, and everything, and then skating off. It's a two-way street. We don't impregnate ourselves. We are not asexual, last I heard. So it takes a man to get us pregnant. Now, if that man decides that after we're pregnant he don't want to be with us, then he can skate off. And that's what normally happens. They get you knocked up, they skate off, and then you wind up having a baby by yourself, and then you're out there and you got to raise the baby. You got to do the best as you can, and you do the best as you can. And sometimes you raise a good product and sometimes you don't raise a good product, but you do the best as you can, and kids come out whatever way they come out. But you can't fault the single mother because she's doing the best as she can. So, that's another thing. But they were trying to act like the black woman was throwing a man out the house, and, that's why he's out, and that's why he can't be to raise his child. And no, that's bullcrap. Because even if you guys aren't together, and even if she say, well, don't come around my house and this and that and the other, where the courthouse is. You want rights, go down to the courthouse and fight and petition for your rights. You can get them. I'm tired of men doing that, crying, talking about, oh, the woman won't let me see the baby. My baby's mom, she bugging out. She won't let me come and get my baby and this and that and the other. Go to court. You are a parent. If you have a job, and you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, go to court and you can get rights to go see your son. You can even get joint custody. Hell, you might even be able to get full custody if you can prove that she unfit. Do what you got to do. Handle your handle. Show that child that you fighting for them and that you love them and that you want to be a part of their life. Don't just skate off and take the easy route and then talk about, oh, she won't let you see the baby. You're not doing everything that you can to see the baby. Go to court. That's what I got to say about that part. But most men don't do that. They want to cry and whine and complain and, instead of doing the work and going to court and fighting to see their children. But, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Beyonce. So back to Beyonce. I don't have a problem with Beyonce. I think she's an excellent entertainer. I enjoy listening to, some of her songs. Like I said, I haven't heard all of them, but the ones that I have heard, I enjoy listening to her music. I have nothing personally against her. Whatever God she serves or doesn't serve is her business. I don't feel as though they should have came down on Tasha Cobbs like that. I feel like that was very unfair and just not right. And if Rihanna worships the devil or this quote-unquote Satan character, then that's on her too. I like a lot, I enjoy a lot of Rihanna's music. I haven't heard all of it, I'm sure. I can't say that I like her because I don't know her personally, but I like the way she carries herself, and she came from the bottom up, and she's a billionaire now, so I can appreciate that. And I don't have any problems with her either. But whoever these people worship or not worship is their business. Too Strong needs to stop it. They need to stop it, and maybe they should look at themselves in the mirror before they go pointing fingers at other people and talking about them. That's all I got to say about that. But the show is called Too Strong. Give it a go and watch it, and you'll see exactly what I mean and exactly what I'm saying. You might have to watch 2 or 3 episodes to catch on, but you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Watch the one where they do with Beyonce and Tasha Cobbs, and you'll see exactly what I mean. See y'all.